Alright. For this is my milestone 2 video. Showcase everything I did this month. Basically what I was doing was working, had feedback, these two thingies. I was worked on saving the level progress, and I worked on my level. Basically everything. First with these, I added post-processing volume inside of each one. So I'm going to go inside of their full. Very clearly tell the difference. Added materials to the black hole. Makes it look more like a black hole. Sphere. Added sound effects when they grow. Did a little bit of fixing on the vehicle that spawns things. Now it only spawns 3 objects at a time. So 3 different types of objects you're choosing. For saving, I saved the position of the player now. So here it has continue. So at first you press start, it'll take you here. And then you can just go to one of the levels, back out, continue, and it'll take you back to that level. Alright. I used first showcase off the black hole again. I know I did it in the practice level, but I have those two just as a reminder. Arrow showcasing. There you go. For a second with here with the purple cubes. Activating this black hole right here, which is the tricky part. You gotta aim yourself at these wind tunnels, which there's a bug for right now, where they shoot you out from the sides. Yep, from the side, so that was fixed. This one, and get to the end, which is in this giant box right now. So that's basically my level. Around 2 minutes. Shortest time is 140. That is basically everything. Bugs. Again, the wind tunnel has a lot of bugs with it when you're going into it, especially when you're trying to shoot down diagonally. There's a little bit of a bug with the saves and the menus. Win loss condition. Winning is getting to the end. Losing is dying or not getting a good time. So if I would have gotten like 3 or 4 minutes before getting down to the end, I wouldn't have gotten any stars, and I happened to do the level. Appropriate length. The level is a little longer than our average levels, and I'm probably going to end up breaking up it into 2 parts to shorten it. But we're trying to stay within the 20 to 50 second range on all of these levels, especially for the later levels. The flow and pacing of the level is pretty good. First start off get a little bit more difficult with this section where you gotta go around the block. So while running, then it gets to your basic grapple hook. Except you can't touch any of these blocks. Avoid these two grapples. They'll kill you. Here. And then obviously shoot that, go through this whole thing, which is the most difficult part. Visual themes. I mean, there's arrows indicating the direction the player should go. Got the little face blocks to help make things more colorful. But the blocks themselves kind of do most of the work. Player choice. You can choose to go any direction you want. That is on the main path. There isn't many like branching paths in our level design, which is kind of intended. Player feedback. There's a lot of there's music in the level, sounds when you get into the black hole, gun sounds. Gotta add some sounds for more player movement. Gotta sound so you can't grapple. So a lot of things like that. The game will be getting more difficult, obviously, as you go on. I actually had to stop myself from making this level more difficult than it already is. And this is an easier version of the level than just a few minutes ago, really. But we'll get the pacing down for all the levels. And yeah, that's basically everything that I've done for this sprint. So, I'm in this.
Alright. Hi everybody, my name is Noah Rogers. This is my milestone 2 level and mechanic submission. Our build is zipped because we had a saving issue, so I have it unzipped to my desktop right here. So I'll go ahead and get it started. Again, sound effects should be completely off. Go ahead and go over to the testing grounds. And get into my level. So this first section is just to introduce the player to the first enemy. So that's this guy right here. And then we get launched over here to a practice section. And then we break this wall right here. And then the player has a choice to either go to that path or take this side path, which has less enemies on it. But we'll go ahead and take the main path. And then this section, I'm calling the gauntlet, and it's the most difficult section, so the mastery section. It's got a lot of platforming and the most amount of enemies for you to encounter. And then you get up here, and this is the final section of climbing the spire. And then you have the level editor here. And then so I have two lost conditions. One, not completing the level within 3 minutes. And then also, if I go ahead and restart real quick. All right, I'll go ahead and show that other lost conditions. So one is not beating the level in the time limit, and then the other one is you get reset when you hit the kill volume. And that is my level and mechanic milestone 2 submission video.
All right, my name is Brandon Baker with Team Sapphire Dagger. I'm going to show off my my milestone submission for this month. Our build is in this zip folder on Perforce, so I've copied it over to another folder on my computer so that I can show me launching it from Perforce. The levels in our game are all very short. We aim for 20 to 50 second levels. So my gun testing level is no different, or my gun level is no different. This will probably fall somewhere in the second world of levels. Okay, so on spawn you're gonna be stuck in this room with this wall of shootable blocks. You have to shoot them to escape. The gun shoots single shots, or you can charge it up for a big shot with an AoE explosion at the end. So that should introduce the player to the gun. And then this block here, which is covered by a shootable block, tells them that blocks might hide things. So shootable blocks can be used to hide things that they might need to progress the level. And then this section will test that they can line up their shots in midair. Now you could do this by landing on top of the wall, or spending a lot of time with the wall running, but the more comfortable you get with the weapon, the easier this level becomes. Oh, hold on. Okay, so this is our introductory section. With knowing nothing about the gun, you come into this room and you start doing stuff and clicking buttons, and you will hear that when one of these projectiles hits one of these blocks, you get a positive sound effect. And when it breaks, you hear that same sound effect, but pitched up, so that you know that something different is happening. This is the end of the introductory section here, and turns into the practice section. And then mastery of the gun will come in a later level. We want to try not to force the player to master a brand new mechanic in the same level that they learn it, just because our levels are so short. This level matches with the three of our pillars. Momentum, because I mean you can go pretty fast through this level. My normal run time through here is about 28 seconds, but for demonstration purposes I'm slowing down. Let's see. The win and loss conditions, I mean, you either reach the end and have the win condition, which you see here, or you hit a death volume at the bottom and get sent back to the beginning. It is a bug-free environment. It matches up with our design pillars of momentum, pacing, and smooth, because for one, you can kind of fly through this pretty quickly. As far as pacing goes, this is just the introductory and practice sections of the simple gun mechanic without making you tie in a bunch of other mechanics all at the same time. In order to beat this level quickly, you would need grappling, double jumping, and shooting, and that is it. The appropriate level length for our game is between 20 and 50 seconds, and I think I've nailed that. Yeah, I think that that about covers the gun level. Thank you very much.